Let's solve for this integral problem here. We have integral of negative 2 to positive 2 of x squared minus absolute value of x dx, correct? So what's really happening here? For this one, we can split them up into two, and that's the reason why we're on this platform, is to be able to make life a lot easier for you, for myself as well, right? So that means what? That means we have this is equal to integral of negative 2 to positive 2 of x to second power, okay? Then minus integral of negative 2 to positive 2 of absolute value of x dx, okay? So then what's happening then is that we got to find the integral of this one here, right? So if we find the integral of that, what is it? Is x to the third over 3. So it's x third over 3 of, then we have negative 2 to positive 2, okay? Then minus what's happening here. So minus what's happening here, then we open the bracket. So once we open the bracket, so we got to find the integral of absolute value of x. Now for absolute value of x, we know for variables of a functions, part is negative and then the other one is positive, okay? Because we're talking about absolute value, okay? So to do that, the best thing to do is to take the function, put it equals to 0. So x equals to 0. In this case, this is slam dunk. That's very easy. X equals to 0 is x equals to 0. There's nothing else to do. So this is it. All right? So you have x equals to 0. So that means our functions will be split at the value 0. So if it is, what does that mean? That means integral of negative 2 to 0. Okay? Then negative 2 to 0. So once we get this one, that means we have x dx plus integral from 0 to 2. Then we have x dx. Then we close it. All right? So then this one is equal to, then what's happening here? So for this one, this is 2 then to the third power over 3 minus, all right, negative 2 to the third over 3. We can keep this one in parentheses, in brackets, so we don't get confused. So that's minus. Now we come to this one here. Now, don't forget, when it comes to these problems, especially for absolute values, you got to determine which of the functions is the negative function. What does that mean? That means when we come to this one here, we got to choose a value between negative 2 and 0. What's that value? Negative 1. As simple as that. And then you substitute x with negative 1. And whatever that value is, that's also the sign of the function. So that value here is going to be negative 1. So the function here is going to be a negative function. So this function is negative. All right? Then for this one, for the second one, you do it for both, okay? It's not just for one of them. It's just for both of them. So then when it comes to this one here, so it's 0 to 2. So then you choose 1. So when we choose 1, positive, so you substitute x with 1, which is positive. And then when you do that, what's going to happen? So that means your function here is a positive function. So this one is a positive x. All right? So now we keep going. So now we open the brackets with this one here. So then we have the negative sign, okay, for the first one. And then what's happening is we end up with x to second power over 2, because that's the integral of x is x to second power over 2. Then that one, then we have it negative 2 to 0. Okay? So that is for negative 2 to 0. So that's for the first one. Now, so that's for that. So we can close this one. Then plus what's happening here, integral of x, x power 1 is x to second power over 2 for this one as well. And then this one is from 0 to positive 2. Okay? So we can close it this way. All right? Then we keep going. We can begin the calculations here. 2 to the third power is 8 over 3. Negative 2 to the third power is negative 8 over 3. So we have the minus sign here. We keep it. Then negative 8 over 3. Which is here. We carry the brackets. Then minus. So we come here. So what's happening for this one? We still have our minus sign outside. So this one here is going to give us what? 0 to the second power over 2, all right? then minus, then we have negative 2 to the second power over 2. We close the parentheses because of the minus sign here. Okay? Then here we have plus. So what's happening here, we can open parentheses also here for this one. So this one will give us 2 to the second power over 2. For 2 first. Minus, then we have 0 to second power over 2. So we can close this one. See what's happening? So now we can continue here. All right? So what's happening is this one is 8 over 3. Then negative is going to give us positive 8 over 3. Minus. So we have our bracket. So what's happening here at this one? So we still have our minus here. So this one here, 0 squared is 0 divided by 2 is 0, right? So minus, then this one is 0. And then here, negative 2 to second power is what? Positive 4. So it's minus, then 4 over 2, positive. Okay? We good? And then plus, so what's happening here, 2 to second power is 4, so it's 4 over 2. Can keep the parentheses there. Then minus what? 0 to second power is 0 divided by 2 is 0, so it's minus 0. See how great this problem is? Very interesting. That's the reason, one of the reasons why we're doing it. Okay? Gotta have a lot of stamina. Okay? And then pay attention. So 8 over 3 plus 8 over 3, 16 over 3. Okay? It's not that it's difficult, but you know, it's just cumbersome. Gotta take step by step. Then minus what's happening here. So here the negative sign, we change this one to a positive, and 4 divided by 2 is what? Divided by 2 is 2. So it's plus 2. And then here, this also is plus 2, and then negative 0 is just 0. We don't need the zeros, okay? So this is what we have. We have 16 over 3 minus 4. And then to solve that, we gotta find the lowest common denominator, which is 3. So 3 times 4 is 12, so it's 16 minus 12 over 3. And once you get that, 16 minus 12 is 4. So it's 4 over 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done. Thank you. Voila.